Hi, welcome to an exciting episode of House of Magic. I'm Eric.
And I'm Cassie.
And today, it is Monday. And you know what happens on Mondays?
Bannings! I'm so excited!
So, we woke up this morning, and, well, I woke up, Cassie went to her phone and started looking at the banning list.
I woke up first.
So the ban list came out, and it hit two of the biggest decks that's out running right now.
So
it
excited.
Hit Energy, and it hit...
Ramming up red.
Ramming up... I cannot say... That's such an odd word. I cannot say... Ramming up red.
Ramming up red. Like, kind of
okay.
like... Ram them up, like, ramp them up, like, yeah!
All I was going to do is ram it up their booty hole. That's basically what that deck did. Just ram it up your butt.
Wizards, look into what you're naming shit.
Make it to where I understand it, because if not, I'm going to give it its own name.
But it's not that they really hit those decks. For one, they did not outright ban energy as a mechanic. However, they did ban cards and say, maybe energy was a mistake.
Yeah, you should not be able to play a creature. What was Koa? A 2 or 3 drop?
So anyway, let's just discuss the cards. There were 4 cards banned.
Yes.
The first was Aether, Attune with Aether. 1 drop green, get 2 energy when you play it?
2 energy, and you get to search for basic land, which was like a huge tuner for those 4 color decks. Because if you're missing a color and you have like 2 colors, 3 colors in your hand, and you can go in and get that color that you need, and then you also get the energy you need to boost up your creatures or create color or colored mana, whatever it is you got going on in your hand.
So the real problem with that, and it's opposed to other energy cards, is it's completely uncounterable. Because it can be a turn 1 move when the other person doesn't even have mana out.
Yeah.
You cannot stop them from getting that energy. You cannot negate it. You cannot cancel it. You cannot stop it. Almost every other card you can stop. But if they win the dice roll, which yes, like there's going to be always cards you can stop, but that's giving them 2 energy and a basic land. So then they go into turn 2 with 3 land, and all of a sudden they can play all their energy creatures. That's a huge issue.
Yeah, I mean, and Wizards already came out and addressed this and stuff.
If anyone's surprised that Attune with Aether was banned, that's a you problem.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, Wizards already, like I said just a second ago, they've already came out and addressed that they did not think energy was going to be a huge mechanic. And I don't know what all happens in their play testing or during the design process, but they never came out with anything to correct it when they saw it start taking off. And they had the Kaladesh block, and then they had the Monocat block.
And I think the reason for that...
And nothing in the Monocat block ever came out to help correct or help... Stop it. Or not even say stop, but slow it down.
There is one white card that says players cannot gain counters. And energy is a player gain counter. That is the only card that answers it. However, the real issue is that the only way to actually stop energy is to make cards that literally say energy can't be gained or energy is lost. Like,
yeah.
You have to address it specifically. There's no way of addressing it and doing other things.
To me, it's something that's not addressed to countermeasure something that's really going rampant unless it's in at least 2 to 3 colors. Because if you only have it in white, that means everybody has to splash white, or everybody has to have white in their deck. And that's just stupid. I mean, almost every mechanic, every niche is in at least 2, if not 3 colors and stuff. And that's how you correct the problems and stuff. And they just never did. For whatever reason, they didn't do it.
Okay, so next was Road Refiner. It was a 3-drop, 3/2. Already a powerful card. 3-drop, 3/2. Like, that's already a card that I would play. Then add to the fact that you get 2 energy when it enters the battlefield, and you get to draw a card.
That seems to me, and it's an uncommon.
It's an uncommon.
That's a rare...
that's a rare / mythic. Like, that's...
Yeah. I mean, because a 3-drop for a 3/2, and then you get the draw effect, and then you get the energy, which is what this deck is built around. That's fucking retarded. It's stupid powerful beyond the doubt.
So that's what's happened, is that Magic or Wizards has said, okay, Energy's too strong, and in the article that we'll link down below, they talk about why they're banning these cards. So I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to repeat them because they already say it. Go read. But they explained that Energy was too strong, and instead of banning the whole thing, they got rid of 2 cards that they felt were helping increase that strength. Now they're just making it less. I mean, they're just weakening it.
They're making it less broken. They're making it to where the not necessarily the casual, but the homebrews, people who have good decks,
tribals,
just can't get over that hump. I mean,
so
and we haven't gotten to red yet, and how ridiculous that thing is.
People are saying, "Oh, well, I have to just go make a new deck." No, you don't. Energy is still playable. You may not win 100% of your games, and guess what? You're not supposed to always win. You shouldn't have an automatic win just because you're playing a deck, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, so instead of running 4 colors, you run 3 colors or 2 colors and stuff. You just have to expand your horizon. It's only 2 cards.
You might have to play the game a little harder instead of letting the deck play the game for you.
Yeah.
So then the 2 red cards were both banned from Ram It Up Red. The first one is Ram It Up Ruins, which is a land. So it comes to play for free. Tap it. Tap it for colorless. Tap it. Pay 1 life, add red, and then tap it, pay
4.
2 reds and 2 and whatever's, 2 colorless, and sacrifice this card, deal 2 damage to your opponent. That was a win condition for so many people. Like, that was how people won. Now, my personal favorite quote that I have seen online about this particular card, and I'm gonna...
Well, why you pull it up? I mean, it's a land card. It's not like it's destroying your entire deck. It's not like it's a key component. If that's your key component to win, is to sacrifice a land, then maybe you need to revamp your deck and maybe put some late in-game cards, like maybe a creature or something to that effect. But having to sacrifice a land to kill your opponent, I mean, if that's your win condition, then maybe your deck isn't that strong to begin with.
So
if it's going to fizzle out that quickly and that's it.
By far my favorite quote of the entire ban list fiasco, as I'm going to call it, is from, oh god, I'm going to say your name so wrong, Oliver Tomachko?
Tomako?
Is the J silent?
Maybe.
Or is J silent? Can the J's be silent? I don't know.
Mr. Oliver.
Oliver T.
OT.
Who we will put a little, I don't know, Twitter handle heating right here. It says, the best thing to come out of the banning is that no one will be calling red decks Ram It Up Red anymore, because that shit was dumb as fuck. If you were naming your entire deck out of 1 fucking card, OMG, people.
But.
And then the other red card that was...
And this one I was a little sad on, because I was in the process of making a... red, blue, black control deck with suppose I saw from Rivals and stuff. And this was definitely going to be in my sideboard, if not my main deck.
It's Rampaging Ferocidon. And it's Menace, players can't gain life, and when it enters the battlefield...
Whenever a creature enters the battlefield,
it deals 1 damage to that creature's controller.
So that was basically going to be my not necessarily control, but I guess my fix for Vamps.
And everyone was putting that in their side deck.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't understand why the red deck people are getting so...
It was just a side deck anyway.
Butthurt about it. Because it just came out in Exelon. Like, they just had it. It's only been out for a couple months. And if Ram Red was so good before losing this 1 card, should not make it just go back to what you were doing earlier.
So, for me, a lot of people are saying token decks are going to take over. Token decks are going to win. But... the millions of token decks you can make compared to this 1 deck, like, I think for Wizards and for me, and this is kind of where we're going to go with this now, is talking about bannings in general and the state of standard and why this is, for me, a good thing as a player of my caliber, is that you need to have a lot of viable decks. You need to have more than 2 decks winning everything. A lot of pro players disagree. A lot of pro players say the meta of the game is that 2 decks win and that's how it is. That's not how you get new players to Magic. And Magic will not succeed if new players aren't coming in. So if I'm a new player, okay, so Eric and I took a break after we got married. Once again, do not recommend it to anyone. Don't get married. But we took about a year break. We took about a year break after we got engaged to after we got married to pay for our wedding, plan our wedding. Stuff's expensive, and we just got back in on Ixalan.
Yeah.
The game state, and yes, we did move to a different city, and maybe this is part of it, but the game state in moving from, it was right before Kaladesh came out. It was about a month or two before Kaladesh came out that we dropped.
Yeah.
So from that point to coming back in Ixalan, the game, and once again, we moved cities, so maybe this is part of it, but the game completely changed. We used to play 5 different decks a week, like not us personally, but we'd play against 5 different decks.
Yeah.
You never knew what your opponent was going to get. And then it turned into this net decking fiasco where I would go to FNM and my opponent could play 2 cards and I'd know what deck they were playing.
Well, and that's always kind of been a problem, but it's never been to this caliber, I don't think.
At least in our opinion. Once again, maybe it's the environment we're living in. Maybe it's the city we're living in now. Just has a bunch of people who only care about winning. But this is a game, y'all. Like if it's not about playing and it's just about winning, is it still a game?
I mean, and let's face it. I mean, unless you're on the pro tour, there's real no big payout for it, and especially now with what you win on F&Ms and stuff. I mean, they're not giving out high price cards that you can turn around flip for trade bait or just sell outright back to the shop or to somebody else.
So I
mean, I don't understand why the big thing is about winning, because you're not getting a whole lot of players points at your F&Ms. You're not getting a whole lot of player points throughout, standard showdown and stuff.
I'm going to take a moment and just talk about the state of standard, because a lot of people are saying this is ruining standard, we're doing too many bannings. I'm not going to weigh in on that. I'm going to say that as a player who enjoys winning but enjoys the game more, I'm a musician. And as a musician, I practice and practice and practice. I got my bachelor's in music and flute performance. Like, I practiced 4 hours a day in my undergrad. And there are different levels of flutes that are of different qualities. You have your student flutes, a couple $100. They're mostly made of chintzy material. You go to a step up, it's a couple $1,000s, and you got some silver in there. And then you have your professional flutes, which are $15,000, $20,000, and they're all silver and they're really amazing. A professional should still sound good on a beginner flute, because the flute does not make you a better player. You make yourself the better player.
Exactly.
If we use that thought process in Magic, the deck should not be the reason you win. You should be the reason you win. And I really don't think that that's what Temur Energy is doing. And I really don't think that Ramit Wed was about you winning as a good player. You were winning because your deck was good. And I enjoy homebrewing.
Especially Ramit Red. At our LGS, there was, an 8-year-old, 10-year-old? Mm-hmm. He was playing Ramit Red, and he was winning. And he understood.
He didn't understand the game.
How to play the cards and stuff. Like, he understood kind of the mechanics, like the beginning part, but he didn't understand how to play out long term. He didn't understand the.
He didn't understand scrying. He didn't understand mulliganing. He didn't understand the game in general.
Yeah, he didn't. What's the word I'm thinking of? He didn't understand the. Not necessarily methodology, but just the
strategy.
The strategy of the game. He didn't know how to strategize with what he had in his hand to ensure that he had a chance to win and stuff. So if you gave him any other type of deck that wasn't just all instants or whatever, or just blowing things up, he wouldn't know how to play and stuff. And that's great if you're learning how to play, but you should not be winning. Or there shouldn't be decks out there that are winning major games and tournaments that allow somebody who does not know how to play at all.
And we're not saying if you play Temur Energy or you play Rammed Up Red, you don't know how to play Magic.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Please don't think that we're saying that. But I'm saying, people are saying, oh, now too many decks are viable or too many. Why not have homebrews be as viable? What's wrong with the viable tribal? And then other people are saying this game is too expensive for you to go ban cards. If you are buying cards just so you can win with the Temur Energy deck, once again, maybe that's not a wizard's problem.
Yeah.
Because what we're gonna do, we just finished our Rivals of Islam pre-releases. So much fun.
Oh, yes.
So much fun. And we spent our time looking at the cards and thinking, I'm gonna make this deck, I'm gonna make this deck. And we're gonna take the cards that we've already pulled and use those to make our decks. Yeah, I'm gonna buy 1 or 2 cards because I know I need like 4 of this one and I didn't pull a place at a pre-release. What else?
Or the price of one card dropped down to a third what we originally paid for when they came out.
Oh,
it's like, oh, yeah, we need to get that some gun.
But shouldn't that be how Magic is played? It's a deck building game. And if you're not doing the deck building part of the game...
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole premise of it, was to be a time killer in between tournaments and stuff, and to build decks and beat people with your own ideas and thoughts and stuff, not just to, oh, he's winning over there or she's winning over there. I need to go get see what they're playing, write it down, and I'm going to build the exact same thing because I want to be a winner. I mean, everybody hates losing, but why don't you build some with your own mind?
There is so much more pride and excitement when you're doing well and you're seeing how your deck played out than how you're seeing how someone else's deck that you put a shit ton of money into plays out.
Yeah. And another thing, if you're complaining about the money and when you wasted money and stuff, it's a game. It's meant to be fun. If you're putting in money to gain money back, that's not a WotC issue. That's a you issue. I mean, because at the end of the day, WotC does not control the price of cards. We as a community control the price of cards. It's like the oil industry. It's all speculation.
It's all cardboard.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is. It's all just...
A token is made...
You and your fucking hair!
A token is made on the exact same printing screen as a Chandra.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, people buy sealed Magic and they do it for investment stuff. And there's a lot to say about that, especially if it's an awesome set or if it's some that could very much go up in price. And those are very much volatile risk. And anybody that tells you, oh, I'm doing this solely for my retirement, they're complete utter
Any
idiots.
investment's a risk.
Yeah.
Any investment is a risk. So don't do this as an investment. And if you literally cannot enjoy the game if you're not winning, then maybe you need to take a look at yourself. Because
I lose a lot.
We're awesome losers.
And I have no problem losing, but I don't want to consistently lose because I'm not willing to shell out, $600.
And I don't want to consistently lose because I'm playing Temur Energy round 1, and then Temur Energy round 2, and then Temur Energy round 3. Like, that is so stupid. And that's what FNM has become in our location. And someone said, well, a casual player shouldn't be playing at FNM. That's the point of FNM. FNM is casual play.
Yeah.
That's why they lowered the promo cost in FNM, so that it's casual.
Yeah, they're trying to bring in the casual players because those are the guys. If you spark that interest, you're going to have more people playing. And
if you don't get new players, you will lose the game.
Yeah. The game that you love, that you're complaining about, you're losing money on, if there's no fresh blood, the game will fizzle out.
Basketball players have to practice. They can't just go buy new tennis shoes and be amazing at the game. They can be better at the game or they can help their game, but they can't just be amazing at the game because they buy new tennis shoes. Musicians, artists, it's all about the inner, what's the word I'm looking for? The inner ability. You have to practice to get better. And you shouldn't be able to just buy equipment and win.
Yeah, I would definitely say with the GP that's coming up later on this month, we've been aggressively working better or doing sealed
we do so many seals.
Stuff. And I'm actually going to our LGS. One of the workers there has gone top 8 at multiple GPs, and I've kept all my sealed decks that we did over the weekend. I've kept the decks that I built still together. So I can take them, this is what I built with these cards. Would you have done anything different, and why would you have done it? What am I not seeing in order to be a better sealed deck builder?
And so maybe we can do that with Constructed too. When I make a homebrew and then I go and I lose and I lose and I lose, I don't get mad and rage quit the game like people are doing because they're banning 2 cards.
Funny though.
You know what I do is I say, okay, I lost because X, Y, and Z, and I look at my deck and I look at the cards that are available and I fix X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, you do small tweaks here, small tweaks there, But then you have to play a ton. You can't just make one fix, play one time, say, oh, well, this is crap. I can't do this anymore. No. Your deck will hate you. My deck hates me all the time. But when it comes together,
it comes together.
Oh my gosh, it is a mountain to be reckoned with.
And on that note, if 2 cards being banned has ruined your deck so much that you can't fix it, that means that you never created the deck to begin with.
Yep.
You could easily take out those 2 cards, put in 2 other cards for now, and then do what we do and play test it and fix X, Y, and Z until it's good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's our thoughts. Once again, these are our opinions. Y'all don't have to agree with us. Y'all don't even have to like us.
And you probably don't. I mean, or at least the people that play those decks probably don't like us or agree with us at all.
And that's okay. I mean, I love the game, and I am not going to rage quit over any bannings. And I'm not even going to rage quit over losing to Energy or ramming up Red, because it's about so much more to me.
Yeah.
And if this is going to make you rage quit, then maybe you weren't playing for the right reasons in the first place.
Exactly.
There are things that I'm good at, and I'm still, there's one thing I was told when I was getting my music degree and I was having a really hard day in the practice room is someone came up to me and said, there will always be someone better than you. There will always be someone worse than you. But there will never be anyone else who's exactly like you.
God, I hope not. Jesus Christ, I hope not. God rest her soul, whoever marries him. I love you, baby. Are you crying?
A little bit. I'm Cassie.
I'm Eric.
Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment. We do want to know what you guys think about it. You don't have to agree with us.
But like I said, these are
you don't have to like me. My husband doesn't even like me.
I like you most days. Anyways, guys, you guys have a great month, great week, great day.
Great GPs, great opens, great pre-releases, great draftings. More videos to come as soon as I start editing stuff.
May the pack cracking ever be in your favor. You guys have a good night.